our three guests, Perry Groves, Mick Dennis and Mina Rzouki. Let's consider our opponents, Sweden, who we always draw with, that is, England always draw with. What's a neutral's view on Sweden versus England? Surely England are the better side, are they not?
I don't think so. You see, this is the thing. Like, I would never underestimate Sweden going through. They are a very unpredictable team, but they've got a coach who's really lifted the spirits in the dressing room. And I think that they have the kind of talent going forward, especially in Ibrahimovic, that in my opinion, and I know that Perry Groves disagrees with me in this, is the third best striker in Europe, who plays in Europe.
Who's one, two, three?
Messi, Ronaldo, Van Persie.
Messi,
no,
Ronaldo.
I think he's much better than Van Persie because he's consistent.
Whoa.
In the sense that Van Persie, you never know whether he's going to be in the hospital or on the pitch.
Last season, he didn't miss a game.
And Ibra has won a league title every single season.
I would think the one thing Ibrahimovic is not consistent.
No, the thing is with Ibrahimovic,
you don't know which one's
going
to turn up. In season?
He's played for all of the big clubs in Europe and he's won league titles. But the argument against him would be in the big games. He scored against Arsenal 3 times. Other than that, in big Champions League games or in World Cup games, he goes missing.
And
I think he's quite an enigmatic character.
I do think that at times he's been a little bit unlucky, especially when it comes to something like when he was at Barcelona. I think at the time when he got injured and they played Messi up front, there was little that they can do because they couldn't really play him.
With him in the side, right?
Yeah.
With Ibrahimovic in Sweden's side, they have a 55% win rate. When he's not playing, they have a 100% win rate.
This is the favourite media thing. If you're everything,
all depends who you're playing against, but
is that Sweden is a one-man team.
You're in the media now, so be careful what you say.
Okay, the media says, this is the typical line, we say it's a one-man team that's better without their one man.
Yes, there you go.
You're right about
teams
that.
Can become obsessed with
the fact is,
they've changed formations. They've allowed him now to play in a perfect role that allows him to do what he's been doing for Milan all season.
There's no question that if Ibrahimovic is on his game and he's playing for the team and he's playing well, he's as good as any striker there is around. But the question is he going to be on his game and is he going to fit in? Let's have a look, Amina, just talk us through the squad as a whole and not just Ibrahimovic, because there are 1 or 2 other decent players around who are well known to English audiences as well.
Yeah, of course. You've got, again, their problem is one in defence, which I'm not very, I don't think it's very good. The thing is they're very unpredictable. They've been playing 4-4-2. They can play 4-2-3-1, which is probably the best that they have going ahead. You've still got Mellberg as defenders, who's just,
Past it?
Very much past it.
He was past it. It looked on his last legs at Aston Villa, to be fair. And I know that European football isn't probably as athletic or isn't as quick pace, where it's a bit more stop-start.
But he's been playing alongside Martin Olsen.
They will defend their box. Sweden will defend right on their 18-yard box because they don't want to get beaten in behind. Kallström is the interesting one for me on the left-hand side. I think he had more assists in the qualifying campaign and he gives them a little bit of balance. Larson on the right-hand side.
Why do you think that England has struggled to beat Scandinavian side, particularly this Swedish side?
Because they're a bullying side. They like to bully you in on your pitch.
They're normally fairly physical, they're normally very strong, but they normally play 4-4-2, and they go out not to get beat.
They cancel out.
But this Eric Hamren, as Mina said there, they're a little bit more expansive. They do, but actually when they go forward, they do commit players forward. So that might break in, into our hands. So this is a different sort of psyche on the Swedish side that they normally have.
But also it's the circumstances of games, isn't it? So in South Africa, a draw wasn't a disaster. The circumstances of the match as it unfolded was probably our best moment in the tournament when Joe Cole scored a sensational goal, and our worst moment when Michael Owen did his leg right in front of the press box, which was an awful, sickening moment. But it didn't ultimately affect our going through, and I think that so I'm talking about that was in Germany, wasn't it?
Yes,
in Germany.
2006.
In 2006, and I think that this game, how it unfolds depends on the first matches. What have we done against France? Do we need to beat Sweden? If we've got a decent result against France and we think that we're better than Ukraine, the Swedish game is probably the least important.
Yeah, well, it's going to be difficult to beat them. They've got great young talent. They've got Toivonen. They've got Rasmus Elm, who's a brilliant midfielder in my opinion as well. I don't think they're an easy side to beat. They are unpredictable. This is the thing. You don't know what you're getting with Sweden. They can be dismal like they were against England, or they can be absolutely fantastic. Let's just look at like they were against Croatia.
How many players have they got that would get in our best team?
I know you said that. Many, but
Would you say Holland were one of the favourites?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they beat Holland 3-2 in their last qualifying game, didn't they? I know it was a dead rubber for Holland in the qualifying,
yes, but you can't count that.
No, but you still say this.
Them.
Yeah, they beat them 3-2, and it wasn't Holland didn't rest players. I know, obviously, the competitiveness might have just gone down, but this is. They would probably say going forward, it's probably the best strength that they had probably in the last 10 years.
Well, let's ask someone who probably knows more about this than anyone, and that's Daniel Kristofferson. Personally, I would just like to see that man Safari play, because I think he's a headline already.
Yes,
certainly against
does he
Three
travel
Lions. Well? Anyway, that's my pathetic joke for the day. Daniel Kristofferson is a sports journalist at Sport Expressen. He's just arrived. I believe you're in Kiev, are you? Good evening, good afternoon.
Thank you. Good evening. Yes, I'm in central Kiev. I've just met up with the Swedish team, landed in the Kiev airport maybe 1 hour ago.
Okay, as far as you know, everyone fit, no injury problems? Because all the teams seem to have a few problems.
Yes, they have slightly injured problems with Andreas Isaksson, the goalkeeper, but it's just a little bit with the thighs, so it's not a big problem there. But they have a very rough flight in here. They had a thunderstorm, so they have a little bit problem with the flight, but they landed and everyone was okay. So
what's the Swedish football public? What's their feelings towards Ibrahimovic? Because the Argentinians don't think Messi plays as he should do for Argentina. The Portuguese don't think Ronaldo plays how he should do Portugal. What about Ibrahimovic and the Swedish football public?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Understand you any much. I didn't hear what you say.
He's from London.
We don't understand him.
I was talking about Ibrahimovic and how the Swedish football public see him playing for Sweden, because Portuguese football public don't see Ronaldo was performing at the top of his capabilities. Argentina don't see Messi. Is Ibrahimovic a bit of an enigma for Sweden?
Yes, Zlatan is the Messi of Sweden. He has been in very, very good form this season. In Milan, he has scored 35 goals and made 20 assists. And we have very big hopes that he can bring some good luck to the Swedish team in the Euros.
Daniel, why did he change his mind? Because a few years ago he said he wouldn't play for Sweden. He had a little bit of a hissy fit. Now he says he wants to bring a medal back for the new coach. Why has he changed his mind?
I hear you very, very
okay,
bad.
I'll speak a little slower and louder.
Yeah.
Why has he changed his mind over playing for Sweden? Because previously he refused.
I think this has to do with the manager now in Sweden. They have Lars Lagerbäck, the former Swedish captain, wasn't in his best mood in his last year. But then Erik Hamrén came in 2009, and then he got Ibrahimovic to change his mind, because he bring in more winning mentality to the team. So that's why I think Ibrahimovic changed his mind.
Okay, I know we have a few problems, so I'll just ask you one more question. Olaf Mellberg, do people feel he's almost too old now?
About Olaf Mellberg?
Yes.
He has been the best player in Sweden, I think, besides Ibrahimovic. He has done very good in the qualification, and he's the next most important player for Sweden besides Zlatan.
That's very, very interesting. Daniel, I'll let you go because I know the line's not too good, but we'll speak to you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to us.